Welcome back to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Today's second episode, we're going to be talking about the Sixers versus the Brooklyn Nets Game 3. The Sixers win 102-97 in a terrible game, in my opinion. Let's just get right into it. Nick Claxton, look, for all you Brooklyn Nets fans, defend Nick Claxton in the comments, please, because he's not good. I'm just going to put it to you there. Nick Claxton is not good. The fact that this man shares a court with Joel Embiid, embarrassing. You can't say that when Joel Embiid faces any other person in the league, and we still sitting here having Nick Claxton out here. Look, I get it. You had a dunk. You thought you was good. Joel Embiid fell. For all you real NBA players and real fans and players who've played at any level, you know Joel Embiid didn't get dunked on. Cam Johnson, I'll give you that. He got postered. It is what it is. This one with Claxton, he fell down. And then he has, like, any grown man to man, if you're going to dunk and I fell down and you step over me, we're going to have a problem. So let's cut the crap acting like Joel kicking him was a baby move. You know it's not. For anybody who considers himself a real man, that was yo, bro, don't start that. You didn't do nothing. And I feel like he should have never got a flagrant. To be honest with you, Claxton, dumb as hell, finally got kicked out the game for, taunting when he isn't even that good. And he got kicked out. And that's what happens in life. You sit there and showboat, you act like you good, and then guess what happens? You get booted. Something happens, God takes something away from you, the world does something to you, and now you ain't the same no more. And he got kicked out, his team lost down 3-0 now. Second, Royce O'Neal, you a baby too. James Harden did not hit you in the groin. He hit you above your man area, and you want to fall to the ground. Like, I know Jacques Vaughn was doing double teams after double teams after double teams after double teams, but where in the game plan for anybody that calls himself a fan or a grown man is just fall on the ground anytime Embiid touches me and we're going to win the game? You lost, so it didn't work. I don't understand where this context of that's how we're going to play the game, where if somebody touches me, we just fall down. You can't call yourself a grown man if you just falling down. Defend yourself at all times. We as men, real men, whoever I'm talking to out there, we're always taught defend ourselves at all costs. Where in that process of defend yourself at all costs, just fall down to the ground and act like a baby? Come on now. For all you out there that are sitting here calling Joel this and that, you know it's a bunch of BS. James Harden also got tossed. I'm not a big fan of that. He's never been tossed before like that. And if all of us, even me as a Sixers fan watching him play for the Houston Rockets, I hated all those off-ball moves and all that, but he's been doing that for his whole career. Now it's a problem. Like, this is the issue. I get it. For you people who don't understand money and the bigger stage of life, not just in sports, but in outside corporations, the house always wins. They know Brooklyn had no chance against Philly in these 4 games. By the way, they play tomorrow at 1 if you don't know. So with a sweep, there's less revenue that comes in via advertisements and all that. However, that does not mean make the game look like utter garbage by literally selling the game and not having the refs ref the game the correct way. That ruins the overall interest for all of us real fans who want to see people compete. I'll give you an example. That play where Mikal Bridges, if you remember, if you watched the game or highlights of it, the play where Mikal Bridges, DeAnthony Melton, and I don't know who the other person was, but they hit the ball back and forth like it was like they showed that they wanted that ball. Not one foul was called. That's how basketball's supposed to be played. And the fact that when Joel Embiid touches the ball, everybody who calls himself a basketball fan says, don't call a foul. Let him get hit. But yet you enjoy watching what you just seen out of DeAnthony Melton and Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, I think, batting the ball back to see who's going to get it. PJ Tucker was another one. Like, you can't do that because it's Joel Embiid or somebody you don't like. Like, you better be consistent the whole way. well, I just don't like when he does this and I don't like when he does that. Okay, become a 99 overall and then complain about it. But you're not a 99 overall, nor am I. Even when I played pro ball and football in college, I wasn't a 99. I can't be mad if a wide receiver sits here and sells a pass interference call and go, come on, man. Like, I'm not a 99. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you as a grown man that I was falling on the ground trying to embellish. I was competing every single play. If you get or outmatched in life, accept it or change it. Don't sit there and have the mass people come to you and go, well, I need him to feel bad for me. That's some baby stuff right there. I'm sorry. Joel Embiid's dealt with way more injuries and way more things than everybody else in this league for anybody to sit here and hate on him. Next person, Tyrese Maxey. Proved me wrong, and I want to apologize first and foremost to Tyrese Maxey. I doubt he'll see this, but I want to apologize to him. I didn't like him at point guard. Anybody with a brain knows that him at point guard doesn't make sense. He's not a point guard-minded person. He took not just one big step last night, he took a giant step into showing that if James Harden don't show here, I can knock down game-winning threes and run an offense without another person being out here. That changes a lot of offseason plans. And young kid balled out. He balled out and he saved the Sixers. Even though we were going to win the series anyway, he balled out. And I can't be mad at that. That's some OG shit right there. PJ Tucker, his rebounds, he wasn't by any means corner three ball PJ that we know. But those rebounds and extra effort that he was getting was completely different. He was getting rebounds. He wasn't even looking at the rim. Like, what the hell is that? It blows my mind how somebody can be on a team for 82 games, but then somehow become that much better and a whole different person in the playoffs. It's insane. Again, Joel Embiid didn't struggle. For you people who are watching, when you triple and quadruple team somebody, there's going to be no way for you to shoot the ball. Again, got quadruple teamed and didn't put up big numbers. Tobias, the one thing about, if you look back at my other video, the one thing I wanted to point out is, why is Tobias Harris not getting more run time, pick and roll with Joel and all this? Because I'm glad Maxey stepped up, but Tobias, I feel like, is being left out. Tobias has proven that he can go get his shot when need be in the playoffs, and I don't understand why we're not at least attempting to get him more shots. He's a pretty good, situation and position defender. He made a couple big shots for us last night, and I don't understand why he's only finishing the game. I don't know what his complete stat line was, but, I think he's done way better in these last 3 games. He's proven that he can go get his shot. Now, James Harden, he had 21 quiet points last night, and if he didn't blow a couple layups, would have had 30. So, am I upset that he didn't do the James Harden thing that we like watching him do? Nah, a little bit. But at the same time, James Harden got ejected, and we won without him. But that's the Brooklyn Nets. For all you real fans, Brooklyn or Philly or just NBA general fans, if we played the way we did Game 2 and Game 3, James Harden got ejected Game 3 yesterday, and we, play the way we did in Game 2 against Boston, we lose the series. It's over. We do that against the Miami Heat, they ain't even in it. We lose the series. We do that against Milwaukee, we lose the series. But that's still the overall arcing cloud over this team is James Harden going to step up? He can have a quiet 20. He can have a quiet 25, 30. And I don't think the quietness of his points are really helping the overall sum of the product for our team. But I will say he did put us in a good position until he got ejected. And then, obviously, young buck Maxey stepped up and, he did wonders. Doc Rivers, I got to give him credit again. He found a way to get the guys to win 2 games that were grit and grind. And I don't know what else to say except I don't know if Doc Rivers is completely back as a elite coach, if you want to throw that out there, but he's proven that he's getting these guys where they need to be in situations that obviously we know with Brett Brown, we would lose, we would fumble the bag, we get destroyed in less than 2 minutes. So I got to give him credit in some capacity. Um, the Brooklyn Nets, to me, right now, if I want to give any honest opinion, don't deserve. They're they're using KD and Kyrie's front-loaded wins for the team and gloating that they deserve to be in the same room. They don't. Like, they would not be in the playoffs without KD or Kyrie, which are not even on their team. Yet they assume that they deserve to be on the floor, but they have to use underhanded tactics to somehow win the game. They brought who's that guy? Cam Thomas off the bench, who said he's better scorer than Kevin Durant. Yeah, nice try. He ain't done shit. He didn't do nothing. And it bothers me that it's always with the Brooklyn Nets. They're not even a real basketball team. Everybody who's a New Yorker, who I know as friends, say we don't even watch their crap. And they deserve to have it. They don't even deserve to have a team. They fumbled James Harden, Kyrie Irving, D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Durant. They fumbled Spencer Dinwiddie at the time and came back, and he ain't done shit. They fumbled Jared Allen, who's better than Nick Claxton, by the way. They fumbled a bunch of other things as well, all for Mikal Bridges, who I think is good, by the way. Don't get me wrong. He might be the next star, but you ain't going to have enough people. Like, Seth Curry might be gone. Who are you going to get? Joe Harris hasn't done anything since D'Angelo Russell was here to make you feel some type of way. Like, the Brooklyn Nets, I think Jacque Vaughn's going to be a great coach, but his team is trash. And Nick Claxton got to go. He got to go be a backup because he ain't even better than Miles Turner. He ain't better than Jared Allen. He's not better than Clint Capella. He's not better than these guys, and he's sitting out here acting like he's giving Joel Embiid problems. If you're going to give him problems, shut him down. You ain't shut him down one time. You got ran over, abused, used, and thrown in the trash can like a condom. Yeah, I said it. And then you want to sit there when he on the ground from falling, and you didn't cross him up or anything. You want to act like you got muscles. Bro, I'm 5'9", and my muscles, look at that. My muscles are bigger than his. And he flexing guns like that, and we got motherfuckers out here in the street that got more muscle than him. He try to act big and tough. For what? It's crazy. It's crazy that people want to talk crap when you didn't do no work. You didn't put no work in. Okay, the fact that you got to score via alley-oop because you have no skill or talent is a problem. And everybody's like, oh, you're being harsh. No, I'm not. Everybody who watched the game knows he was just being, he thought he was tough. And he's not tough. He's really not that tough. But overall, the game was trash. I didn't like it. Tyrese proved me wrong, like I said. Doc Rivers, I really want to see how he's going to coach this third game, because I think this all, like, Houston-esque, if you know what I'm talking about, this Houston-esque type of lineup that James Harden's getting to run with George Niang, D'Anthony Melton, Jalen McDaniels, guys of like that, like, he's like slicing people up. And I like that lineup, and I don't know, if that works in Boston. I think Niang's going to get more runtime against Boston, because Grant Williams is also big, fat, and slow as well. Love you, George, but, you're a big, fat, white guy who shoots threes and slow, but he held his own last night, so you got to give him credit there. But at the same time, I want to see how Doc coaches Game 3, because they've done every trick in the book of trying to get you ejected out the game, get out of here, we don't want to talk to you. That's great. They want to act fake and all this other stuff. And now they're just gonna throw everything out there. And I really want to get this series done. Anybody who's a fan says, let's get this series done so we don't got to worry about it. So, I'm excited to see what happens, and make sure you tune in after the game. I'm going to do a little quick reaction on one of my shorts, and make sure you subscribe and continue to keep watching these videos. I'm going to keep trying to pump out videos during these playoffs and see where, what I can do. Until next time, peace.